Hello everyone, this is Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle. So today what I'm going to be doing is giving advice to someone named Jay. I read a Facebook post that he posted on Facebook, and I felt compelled enough to do a video about it as a form to give advice to Jay, but also to give other people a coping mechanism that they can use that is going to help them, get a sense of themselves and their situation, and then hopefully be able to, move forward in more of a positive light rather than, being consumed by, the negative and bad things that's going on in life. So Jay's dealing with a lot of things. He's struggling with money. He is experiencing an issue with not moving forward in his spiritual development. And he's also worried about being homeless eventually, even though he's putting all his effort into not being homeless. So we're going to go ahead and, go piece by piece and talk about each of the things that he's experiencing and stuff. All right, so the first thing is Jay is struggling to get money. So Jay said that what he was trying to do was he basically almost made it through with getting a job. And what happened is that right when, he thought the job was going to work out, it didn't, because the employer asked for some information that they needed to verify his identity. And what happened is that Jay did not have that information, not because he didn't want to have it, but the information had been lost a long time ago. And so he's trying to get access to that information to verify his identity and stuff like that, but he's having issue with getting it with the office that will be able to grant him the information and stuff like that. So the first thing about the whole, not being able to get the job thing, Jay, first thing is that I want you to not take it personal that that job did not work out with that employer, because maybe they were the wrong employer to be with. Okay, they may have been, that's why you didn't have everything together. Sometimes it's the universe, putting you in that situation because, it's a sense for you to know that, sometimes some things don't serve your purpose, and maybe that employer would not have been able to, serve your purpose of being able to, make the money that you need to do things and stuff. So, just know that, that was not something personal to affect you. It was just, you possibly avoiding working for an employer that just was not a good fit for you in the long run. Okay. Also, you said something about, sorry about that, my timer is running. So you said something about, even if you would have got that information and gotten the job, that you still wouldn't have been able to make your rent and stuff. I know about having an issue with rent, because that is a expensive thing. Rent is something that is a big ass stressor, because that's something you need to keep a roof over your head. And so when you don't have the money to do that, it's like this big amount of stress that's on the inside of you and stuff. I know about it because I've been worried about making my rent. And I've had, situations where, when those days are coming up towards my rent and stuff like that, when it's due, I get nervous if, I don't feel like I'm gonna have enough money and stuff, and I'll be scared about it and stuff, and that puts a lot of negativity inside and stuff. And the thing about the negativity is you can't keep that inside. You have to be able to get that out. That's one of the most important things, because if you keep that inside, it's going to be, it's going to keep bothering you. You're going to have, those negative entities that are going to be feeding off of that negative emotion that you have and stuff, and they're going to keep hanging around because it's there and stuff like that. And so, it's best to deal with that, with getting that negativity out. Okay. All right. So the next thing and crazy thing, I see a synchronicity right now that says 1212. So I guess I'm hitting on the right stuff. All right. So the next thing, Jay, you said something about because you're struggling with money, you try to manifest it, because in the past you've had pretty good luck with manifesting a lot of wonderful things in your life. And so you naturally thought, okay, if I try to manifest money, then it's gonna come, and because things in the past came, then money should come, quite easily. Well, guess what, Jay? Sometimes you may want to manifest something, and it might not come. The reason why, particularly with money, it may not come, and like you said, because you have a block about money, and that block that you have is probably telling the universe, oh yeah, he says he wants money, but he really doesn't want money, so why give him something that he doesn't want? It's just going to be a stressor, as far as the universe is concerned, when they see that you're putting these vibes out about wanting money, but then, deep down in your consciousness, you hate it. That's counterintuitive, okay? And so, I would suggest to you that, Jay, what you should do with reference to manifesting, and you say that it's money, but it's not necessarily the money that you need, Jay. What it is that you need to have certain things happen so that you can have, a sense of a better well-being. What I mean is that you sit down and you manifest money. Well, the money is not the only thing, that you need. What you need to be able to do is achieve tasks related to, the money. So it'll be something like let's say you need to make your rent. So you try to manifest, you focus on the money, but really what you need to focus on when you're manifesting is the act of you being able to go to wherever the place is that you live at, and you're able to go into the office to the people that you pay rent to, and see yourself going and giving them the money that they need to cover your rent, and then you walking out and being happy. When you go to manifest, it's better for you to focus on the actions that you want to take place, not necessarily something like money, like that thing, because the universe is just going to say that you hate the money, and say, well, I'm not giving money. Focus on the actions. Let's say that you need food. Well, when you sit down and manifest with getting food, think about, you going and getting food. So this could be, you're manifesting, visualizing you going to a grocery store, picking out all the things you like, filling up the cart with all the stuff you like, going to the checkout, and you seeing yourself giving the cashier money. Okay. That is, that shows the universe what it is that you want. Not necessarily that you want the money, that you want the groceries. You want the act of being able to go into the store and get those groceries, and and then leave out of the store and then go home with the groceries. Also with food, if you want to manifest food, imagine yourself opening the refrigerator and you have food in there. You know, it's filled with all the food you like, and your pantry is full, of all the stuff you like, and you can choose whatever food it is that you want to eat at the place where you live. you know when you're manifesting, it's important to focus on the actions of doing things, not just purely the money, but the actions that you want to happen. And by the universe seeing what you want to happen, then it will start to bring forth those types of things. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to happen really fast, because sometimes it takes a little bit. But you want to focus on the actions that you want to come to pass. For me, when I'm sitting down meditating and stuff, I focus on a part of the meditation where I manifest. And so what I do is I think about, my car being fixed, because my car has a repair that needs to be done, a couple of repairs that need to be done. So during meditation, what I do is I think about the actions that I would go through to get my car fixed. So the universe knows that this is what I want to happen. I don't have the money to pay for it, but I'm showing the universe these are the things that I want to happen. And the end note is that my car is fixed. I'm not focusing on the money, because in the visions that I'm sending the universe about getting my car fixed, what I'm doing is before I walk out and my car is fixed, I'm paying for it, which tells the universe, I want to get my car fixed and I want to have the means to get it fixed. But the action I want to occur is I want to be able to go and get my car repaired and stuff. And after it, I, show a vision to the universe about me being happy that my car is fixed, and that I don't have to worry about getting that repair anymore. And I can go on and be happy and joyful or whatever and stuff. So when you're manifesting, focus on the action of the actions leading up to you achieving the goal. Don't just focus on the money aspect and stuff like that, because like you said, you have a block with money. You said that you hate money and you don't want anything to do with money. And I would say, for money to be a block for you, don't think of money as being a bad thing. Think about money as being something that helps you to achieve things that you're trying to achieve, in order to remove that block. Because the money itself is not the thing that is being mean to you or causing you hardship. It's not necessarily the money. You can't look at a dollar and blame the dollar and say, you're the reason that I'm not getting these things accomplished. No, it is forces beyond your control that are doing that are causing you that. Like with the case of the job that you were trying to get, the employer caused you not to get that job because they felt like you not having that crucial piece of information was enough to deny you a job and give it to somebody else, when you might have been the right person for the job and stuff like that. So yes, sometimes there's things outside of your control that do prevent you from doing things. But with money, and with people manifesting money, I will say, you don't want to just focus on, the money, but you want to focus on the things that you want to achieve with the money, and you would have to change your perspective about money, if you want to move forward with things. I mean, think about the wonderful things that money would allow you to do. Money would have allowed you to pay your rent, Money would have allowed you to do other things. Look at the positive things of what the money does. Don't look at the negative things, because the negative things associated with money would be because of, you know, the bad actions of, other people, or, companies, or whatever. You know, I mean, the people determine, the have and the have nots. It's not necessarily the money. Like, I can't look at a penny and say, "You're the reason, penny, that I can't do these things." Well, no, it's the outside forces. It's the people, it's the employers that are preventing you from doing the things. If it's bills, it's the bill companies that are preventing you from having the things that you want. Like, if you need to pay your electric bill, your gas bill, your internet bill, whatever. Those bill companies are the ones that are saying it costs you X amount of money to have this particular service and stuff like that. It's not purely just the money. So, I would say, to remove the blockage with money, what you want to do is think about the good things that money can do for you. You know, and I know that you'll probably say that money causes corruption and all this other kind of stuff, but it's not the money, it's the people. It's the people that, have a bunch of money, and people's fixation with money. Not necessarily the money is trying to be mean or nasty to you and cause you any hardship. Just think about the positive things money can do. But when you're manifesting, focus on the things that lead up to you achieving your goal. Visualizing those things that you want to happen. Like, when, for me, visualize me getting my car fixed and stuff. Me showing the universe what I want to, lead up to get my car fixed. And naturally, one of those visions is going to be me being able to pay for it. But I don't focus exclusively on the money. I focus on, the task that I want to have achieved, which is getting my car fixed. Alrighty. So, Jay, you also mentioned something about spiritual development, and you not being able to move forward in it because of the high amount of stress. Well, here's what I want you to know, Jay. Spiritual development, it goes in pace different for different people. Some of us can move quickly through it, and some of us move slowly through it. Spiritual development is not the same as, going to a fast food place and getting a burger or something like that. It's not the same thing. It's something, spiritual development is something that takes time. I know, because I'm working on my spiritual development and stuff. And in my spiritual development, I'm learning about a lot of different things. So I'm learning about, working with crystals and stuff. I'm learning about numerology. And I'm also learning about herbs. And eventually I'm going to move on to want to learn about using energy to heal and stuff like that, like Reiki and stuff. And, I don't feel like I'm moving very fast in my spiritual development. But something that my fiance says all the time to me is that, when I tell him about, dreams I've had and stuff like that, and stuff that, I'm doing, he's saying, look at all the stuff you're achieving. And to me, I'm like, I'm not achieving anything. I'm not going as fast as I want to. But he's telling me, well, yeah, but you did. Yeah, but in this dream, you did this. This dream, you lucid dreamed. And then, in another dream, it's like, well, you sounds like, you astral projected in this dream. But I'm like, well, for me, I'm not working on lucid dreaming or astral projection. I just focus on, meditation and, studying, the concepts I just told you about, with numerology, herbal medicine, and, crystals. And eventually I'll move on to, Reiki healing and stuff. And, the thing is about spiritual development, we're moving forward and we're progressing through it. It just may seem like it's taking time, but we're making progress. And, I'm starting to realize I'm making progress and stuff like that, because I can look at the books I'm reading and yes, I am progressing, but the thing is I have to keep in mind that what I want to achieve in the long term, I'll eventually get there. It's just that, I just have to work at the pace that I'm going and realize that I'm achieving things along the way. If I'm reading a page in my book, I'm progressing, and I'm reading probably like maybe 20 pages a day across the different books that I'm reading. And, I am progressing. It's just that I'm not, I'm not progressing, at a high level like it would be if you were supposed to, be working on something for a job and working really, really, really fast and stuff like that. So, with spiritual development, just be patient with it. You can, you're achieving stuff, little small things along the way, and applaud yourself and pat yourself on the back when you do that. Um, and you said something about you are worried about your roommate kicking you out and stuff. And, I would say with your, worrying about, your roommate kicking you out, and stuff because you feel like you're not contributing, I would say, the more you put energy into worrying, the more you worry, the more likely you are sending out those thoughts that works towards you becoming homeless because that's all you think about, and you're thinking about, man, I'm not contributing and I should be contributing and I don't have a job and, what does my friend think about me and stuff like that. The thing that you have to do with that is you have to stop worrying. You, you know, you know, you have to give yourself a break from worrying. You know, take some time and don't worry. I know it's tough because I worry about a lot of things, but I know that worrying is not going to do anything. I mean, think about the energy you put into worrying that, you could be putting into something else that could be positive and move you forward. The energy you put into worrying, you could be putting into spiritual development. And then you'll see yourself making, more progress in spiritual development. Um, you said something about an all synchronicity. So you said something about um, the quote that you heard when your friend was I think he was using like the Headspace app, and it said, "We're always taught that the more effort we put into life, the more we'll get out of it, but that isn't always the case." And you said that was an odd synchronicity. The first thing is that I made a video about synchronicity on my Facebook page. And, what I forgot to tell people is that synchronicities can also be quotes, about, things that, relate to your life. That's something I forgot to say. And so, I think I'll probably make a video in the future about that, um, because that is something that I didn't realize, because with me, synchronicities are, numbers like 11, 11, 10, 10, 2, 2, or whatever. But yes, words and phrases can also be synchronicities, especially if they connect well with you. So the quote, "We're always taught that the more effort we put into life, the more we'll get out of it. But that isn't always the case." It's true. We are raised to believe that if you put a lot of effort into something, it's going to work out, you know. And in all honesty, in some cases, it does work out. If you're, putting your effort into, let's say you want to make a birdhouse. So, you get all the materials together and, you you read the instructions for how to build a birdhouse and stuff like that and stuff, and you go through with making this birdhouse. Well, that effort is going to be you getting something out of it. The end result is that you end up getting the birdhouse that you wanted to get, and you got it built by your own hands. And that's something where you put effort into and you're not getting a lot out. But here's the other thing about that quote. The thing is that a lot of times we don't know that the fact that we're sending out a lot of effort, and something, we get frustrated because we don't see that effort being realized or coming into our reality as fast as we want it. But the fact is that The universe sees you putting in this work. It sees you putting in this effort. It sees you doing that and doing it. The thing is that, it may take some time for it to materialize in your reality and stuff like that. Same thing with manifestations. That takes time. It depends, on the universe and when the universe wants to bring it about. Some people can manifest stuff fast and some people can manifest stuff at a slower rate, but eventually it'll happen. So, I want you to know the effort you're putting out, keep putting effort out because the universe sees it. And the more effort you put into it, yes, it will come to pass. It's just the fact that it will come, maybe not at the pace you want it, but it will come. And when it comes, you will be, you'll be happy with it and stuff. You know, with the effort you're putting out, and stuff, guess what? You're making progress. Something you could do is the effort you put towards it, get a piece of paper and write down those efforts that you're making, you know, and write them down. And then, sometime in the future when it happens, it could be in a week, it could be in a month. But when it happens, go back to that paper and look at all that effort and all that energy you put into it. And then you'll realize that the thing that you were trying to achieve actually, it actually happened. It just took time for that particular thing to happen. Okay? Um, So, you saying you're putting effort into not being homeless and saying it hasn't paid off. Well, it hasn't paid off just yet, but it will pay off. Okay. Now, you said something about the fact that you have a high level of stress and stuff like that, and you're trying to deal with it. Well, you know what? With the stress, what I would recommend that you do is I'd recommend that you meditate. So, Jay, you said that you have a lot of stress going on. And for anybody else who has stress going on and stuff, what I want to say that is really important for you to do is to meditate. Um, what you should do is meditate consistently for, I would say, for a week. Okay. And, pick a time each day where you're going to be by yourself. You're not going to be distracted by anybody. And, you can close your eyes and, sit however you do during meditation. And basically just meditate and don't think about anything. And do this for an entire week. Don't meditate on your worries or anything, because guess what's going to happen during meditation? What's going to happen is that your thoughts are going to come up and you're going to realize you got all these thoughts going on and stuff like that in your mind. And you're going to, in your mind, you're going to hear all these things going on and stuff like that. What you want to do is, you want to just focus on the act of breathing. If the thoughts come, listen to the thought and let it move on, and what's going to happen as you meditate is, every time you meditate, you might be confronted with this, but through meditation, you might get the insight or, steps that you need from your spirit guides or your higher self or even from God or source that is going to tell you what to do next. The thing is just you have to be in a state every day where you can receive the information about what you need to do, because your higher self, your spirit guides, they may have the, advice about what you should do, but, they're not able to, connect with you because you got a higher level of stress. And with that stress, you got a lot of negativity and you got lower vibrational energies and entities feeding off of that. So what you have to do is you have to get into meditation and just focus on the active breathing and thinking through those thoughts and stuff like that. And just use the meditation as something that brings you peace. You can meditate as long as you want to, for however long you want to. I meditate, I meditate differently for different things. So, I can basically meditate to clear out my chakras and balance my chakras. And when I go and balance my chakras and stuff like that, with a tune-up meditation, what happens is that basically I am bringing that chakra back into balance. Because what happens is if your chakras are out of balance or whatever, what happens is you have all these crazy emotions and stuff like that are swirling around and stuff like that. Because some of your chakras are targeted to different emotions and stuff like that. And when your chakras are out of balance, they're out of whack, you know, or whatever, and they're like, they're like this up your body. They're like jagged and stuff like that. When they're jagged like that, then you can't get anything done when they're jagged and they're one spinning too fast, one spinning too slow, and then they got all this energy and you got all these thoughts going through your head. You can't do anything when your chakras are out of balance. What you can do is when you balance those chakras, what happens is that your chakras are going to be like this. Okay, so here is this. See this line right here? This would be your balanced chakras. Your chakras all basically, sorry, your chakras all basically being balanced, okay? And they're all in sync and they're all spinning at the right amount and stuff. And your energy is flowing, they're flowing up and down up and down your body just like they're supposed to be, and that's what you want to do. You want to get them in balance, because I know my chakras are out of balance when I start getting upset or angry for no reason in a situation where I don't even have to be. And what I do is I catch myself and I say, okay, wait, where are these negative emotions coming from? Okay, these are the lower vibrational energies or entities trying to get to me. So you know what I'm going to do is, I'm going to balance my chakras so that they spin right. Now it might not necessarily be the entities, because the entities are feeding off you. It could just be, the exterior forces that are bothering you, like if it's with money, or not progressing like you want to, or the job that you lost, or not having the place that you had. That type of thing can throw your emotions out of whack, and it makes you start worrying and stuff like that. But what you want to do is you want to balance those chakras so that you balance them every day. That way you will feel better and be better. That's what I do to deal with anxiety or stress when I have it and stuff like that. I also, if I feel like my anxiety is at a very big high, what I do is I do a meditation that gets rid of the chaos, the negativity, the blocks and things like that, or whatever, that negative energy that's inside. And through the meditation, I will release that negative energy. And what helps me with it is during the meditation, I think about those stressful things. And I think about those stressful things in my mind, and then I think about them going up and going out of, going out of the ceiling into, the stream of golden light that is over my body and stuff like that while I'm meditating. So that comes out of my body and I'm releasing it out and stuff like that. That's what I do to get rid of that energy. And it sounds like, Jay, that will be something that will be helpful for you to do. Okay. Let me see what else I would recommend for you to do. Oh, another thing I recommend for you to do, if you're worrying a lot, I suggest that take a break from those feelings and spend a week doing a lot of things that you want to do. Things that make you happy, whether it's watching your favorite TV series, playing your favorite game or something like that, having conversations with people that and stuff like that, friends or family that, people that you love talking to, and when you talk to them, they make you feel happy, and stuff, and they uplift you when you talk to them. That's something that can raise your vibration and stuff like that too. Meditation is going to help if you meditate every day for a specific amount of time. Whatever amount of time works well for you and stuff like that too. When I start off a meditation, I usually balance my chakras with the chakra tune-up and stuff like that, and it works really well for me. Then I go into any deeper meditation, like if I'm working specifically on opening my third eye or something like that, then I'll do a meditation specifically for the third eye and stuff like that, for however long that is. The one I have for like 30 minutes that works really good for me, opening my third eye. My third eye isn't open, but I realized that opening the third eye is a process. I've tried many methods and stuff, but I noticed so far that that it's just about putting the effort into opening my third eye and stuff like that, and being open to it and stuff like that. Alrighty, so Jay, those are the pieces of advice that I have for you. I know I talked through your situation and stuff like that, and I hope it was really helpful for you and for anybody else who's going through any type of stress or anything else like that. I just want to send you positive vibes and to just give you some advice on things that I do to help me deal with a high amount of stress. And don't take things personal with reference to jobs and stuff like that. You know, just know that there's things outside you that you can't control, but just try to keep a positive and happy light, and meditate, of course, when you can, to keep your mind in a better way. And what meditation is going to do is give you understanding and help you figure out things you can do to move yourself forward and more of a positive light and stuff like that, Jay. So I know this has probably been a long video, but I really just wanted to speak to each of the things that you were talking about and stuff, and let you know that I just wanted to share my insight in the best way I can. I decided to share it was through a video. It was kind of a random thought after I read your post. But, I just hope that this is helpful for you, Jay. And, that, the comments that people are giving you, under your posts, they're sending you positive vibes. And I want you to know I'm sending positive vibes too as well. And hey, Jay, if you want to know how meditation has helped me, you can watch two of my videos that I have. I have two video previews on my Facebook, but on my YouTube I have two full-length videos to tell you about how like basically why I started meditating. And I started meditating because of something stressful, and then I tell you about the effects of what happened after I started meditating. The first video is called Why I Started Meditating, and the second video is called A Little Healing. I believe it's after meditation, but I'll post the links to the full-length videos that I have that's on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. Okay, so thank you, Jay, for watching this video. I know it was long. And thank you anybody else for watching this video. And I hope what I said in here was able to help you and also help Jay as well. So again, guys, this has been Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle. And I like my Facebook page, guys. If you like the content that I'm putting out and stuff like that or whatever. And you can even like my YouTube channel if you want to as well. The information I'm putting out on my Facebook page is, letting people follow my my spiritual awakening process and stuff like that. Well, I'm sorry, not process, progress that I'm achieving and stuff like that, and educating people about like some of the the spiritual concepts that I learned about along the way, in case people don't know about them and stuff like that. So thanks. This has been Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle. See you later in another video. Bye bye.